Good afternoon, everyone. Right now, we are living in very exciting times. Technology is advancing faster than it ever has before. From the rollout of 5G to quantum computing and everybody's favourite AI tool, ChatGPT, there are so many new advances changing the world. We wanted to take that innovative energy we're surrounded by in the tech capital of Ireland and see how we could channel it into solving some of the world's biggest sustainability problems. My name is Lucy.
My name is Katelyn.
I'm James.
My name's Jack.
And we have Olwyn on tech. And we are Enactus TCD.
There were so many different ideas and creative projects brainstormed in September, but we decided to keep it simple, stupid. 5-year-olds in school are learning the 3 R's of recycling. We must reduce the amount of waste we create, reuse items more than once, and recycle products rather than throwing them away. We made these principles our North Star and developed 3 brand new, innovative, and sustainable projects.
One Stop Food Shop is an educational meal plan platform for single chefs, helping them to save money and reduce the amount of food waste they create.
Super Fresh reuses excess whey in cheese production to create soup high in vitamins and minerals.
And VapeBox recycles disposable vapes using an incentivized rewards program.
These 3 projects are reducing, reusing, and recycling waste in new and exciting ways. Let's start with One Stop Food Shop. Born out of the frustration of seeing the wasted food created from cooking for one person, this project aims to tackle the issue of food waste from a new perspective. One Stop Food Shop wants to prevent food waste before it ever happens. By helping you plan your meals for the week effectively, single chefs can now cook easier and healthier meals with no waste at the end. And the best part, it works out cheaper too. A perfect, complete solution for struggling students. Living in student accommodation, we were experiencing these challenges every day, but we wanted to hear about other students' experiences. To begin, we conducted a needs assessment and found that we weren't alone in our struggles. Students were spending over €25 on groceries, hitting the shops 2.5 times a week, eating the same meals 4 days in a row, and still ending up eating takeaways 80% of the time. It's safe to say that this is a disaster.
So we made an MVP, 2 weekly meal plans with accompanying shopping lists, and we also set up a web page to track our direct impact, and 37 people signed up. And how did it go? Well, the results speak for themselves. People love One Stop Food Shop. We educated students on how to create healthy, sustainable meals, save them up to €10 on their weekly food shop, and reduce food waste, providing a complete solution for student mealtimes.
After gathering information on our MVP, we have developed plans for our app. Users will be able to set their allergies and preferences to have a custom meal plan created for them, ensuring that they receive fresh ideas every week based on their custom requirements. After placing second at the City Pathways to Progress programme, we plan on using that funding to develop the first version of our app to be ready to launch this coming autumn.
But how do we ensure that this business can sustain itself? Through customer feedback, the willingness to pay a subscription fee was low. So to ensure user growth, we are planning to develop a B2B partnerships with Irish grocers to allow them to advertise on our platform. Later down the line, when we have more users, we have the option to sell data, such as what people are buying and where they shop. Our mentor, Lauren O'Reilly, the co-founder of Promotion Rewards, has been guiding us through that process. Reducing our waste is key to reducing our impact on the world, and One Stop Food Shop shows an innovative way to tackle food waste management at the source.
But there will always be waste problems, especially in manufacturing processes. What if we could reuse that waste to create something new?
They say that one man's trash is another man's treasure, and we couldn't agree more. Super Fresh was born out of the Enactus Ideation Summit and has grown throughout the year. 90% of the volume used in cheese production is converted to whey, which retains approximately 55% of the nutrients contained in milk. Shockingly, however, 50% of whey produced globally is not reused. We saw this firsthand growing up in Charles, a booming cheese production town. Cheese producers either had to pay someone to take their waste whey away, or they spread it on their fields. While the little bit of whey spread on fields can be good and act as a nutritious fertilizer, too much overwhelms and burns the grass, disrupting the pH balance of the soil. We knew there had to be a better way to repurpose the whey to have a positive impact.
So we went back to the basics. we developed a recipe and made an Irish staple, vegetable soup. Using simple ingredients and waste away in place of stock, we made some of the tastiest soup from waste material. Even the toughest of critics, our own mothers, thought it was delicious. Not only is it tasty, but it's also extremely high in vitamins. After getting our kitchen HSE audited and approved, we sent our soup off to scientists, and the results were amazing. Our soup is an incredible source of vitamin E, calcium, potassium, vitamin B12, and iron. So we save the environment and have a positive impact on people's health and well-being. What have we done so far? Well, we've given away 130 tubs of soup, including free batches to 3 local shops in Tipperary in order to gauge consumer interest for our product. In the process, we've saved 51 litres away from the bin, and one shop is asked to buy 12 pots per week off us in future. We've improved our branding and created employment for a graphic designer, turning our project into a fully fledged business. However, our proudest achievement was giving away 90 pots to Clonmel Food Shelter with a pledge to donate 100 more pots every 2 weeks from now on.
The business model is simple. It costs 50 cents to make 1 tub of soup. We sell it for €3, generating 83% in profit margins. This healthy margin allows us to reinvest into the business, to continue to grow, and provide us the flexibility to donate the soup to the Clonmel Food Shelter without running a loss.
Superfresh has just received €10,000 in funding from the Launchbox program in Trinity, and we will be spending the summer working on the business. Also, as we speak, Daniel, our third co-founder, is at Board Bia's Bloom Festival selling our soup to the public. We're projecting to sell 400 pots over the 5 days, so make sure you get there before we're all sold out.
And to complete the cycle, we must learn to use things more than once. In a single-use world, recycling is more important than ever, so our team decided to take on one of the biggest recycling challenges facing us today.
While the focus of recycling has often been on materials such as plastic, wood, and glass, we wanted to shine a light on a darker problem where the term sustainability seldom dares tread: vape bars. A 2019 study found that 1 in 5 students use vapes. However, we believe that that number is grossly underestimated. While e-cigarettes were initially created to wean people off of tobacco products, single-use vape bars have become a popular staple in nightclubs and in campuses across Ireland. The streets of Dublin are littered with these vibrant bars, highlighting many people's guilty pleasures or vice. What people don't know is that vape bars contain powerful lithium batteries, and that even single-use vapes can actually be recycled. We can't solve the social problem of vaping overnight, but we can try and encourage vapers to recycle their vape bars and reduce their carbon footprint.
So we decided to benchmark students' opinion on recycling vapes. Unsurprisingly, 71.8% surveyed did not know that you could recycle vape bars, and 56.9% surveyed said they disposed of their vapes in the landfill waste. We decided to see if we can't stop people from vaping, can we get them to recycle? And the answer was a resounding yes. And this is where VapeBox comes in. We are a rewards platform that incentivizes vapers to recycle their vape bars by earning points. Users open the app, find their recycling location, and scan the QR code to earn points and collect rewards. This project has only been in operation for 3 months, but the impact has been incredible. To test the willingness to recycle, we ran 2 trials on Trinity campus. We collected 277 vape bars from just one location, the PAV student bar at Trinity, that otherwise would have been incorrectly disposed of in landfill waste. This equates to 600 grams of lithium, which is enough power for 10 mobile phone batteries or 4 car batteries. The response from students was overwhelmingly positive. People had been hoarding their vape bars as they had nowhere to recycle. With VapeBox, now they do.
So how does this project sustain itself? We have partnered with Hail Vaping, a vape bar provider, as their recycling partner. Their financial support by pledging to fully fund the development of our app means that we have a sustainable finance source for the initial stage of this project. We have also partnered with WEEE Ireland, a not-for-profit organisation committed to helping individuals, retailers and businesses correctly dispose or recycle their electronic waste. They are going to recycle our vapes for us. Our plan to generate sustainable revenue is through partnerships with vape importers and manufacturers to deliver promotions and rewards to users for recycling their vape bars. By taking an advertising fee, we will have sustainable recurring revenue to grow the business.
We've done incredible work so far, but don't be fooled, we have big plans. For VapeBox, our app is currently in beta and will be ready to fully launch in the next few weeks. We've also been accepted to the Patch Accelerator, where we will launch in venues all across Ireland. And we've also partnered with 9 student unions to roll out VapeBox in September.
Recycling the once thought unrecyclable has never been easier. We have now completed the Holy Trinity. We have now completed the journey of the sustainable Holy Trinity: reusing, reducing, and recycling.
So what's it all about? What was the total impact of Enactus TCD this year?
Our 3 projects have already impacted 193 people directly.
We have secured over €20,000 in funding for our 3 projects.
We have worked with 5 businesses and community partners to bring these projects to life.
But what's behind these numbers? Well, it's everything we've talked about. As you can see, we've had an incredibly successful year. All of our projects are less than 7 months old, so to have so much progress, we couldn't be happier.
We can't wait to see where these projects go in the future.
And we'd like to invite you along on this journey. Reuse your personal waste like one-stop food shop. Reuse materials in a new way like Super Fresh. And make sure to recycle products when you can, like VapeBox. Thank you.
We will now begin the 5 minutes Q&A period. Only judges may ask questions.
Thanks, Trinity. Great presentation. 2 quick questions. The first one is in relation to the soup project, Superfresh. You showed Shoppa and SuperValue on your presentation there. Are they prospective, or have you had any contact with them? That's question number 1. Question number 2, just in case I run out of time. In relation to VapeBox, which is a really interesting project, you said yourself, a dark side of recycling, but by partnering with Hale and other vape providers, did at any stage you think about that you're promoting vaping? Did you have any misgivings from an ESG point of view in relation to your project in this regard? That's the 2 questions. Thanks.
And the first question, I think that's actually to do with one-stop food shop. So those are prospective partners we would love to work with, but we actually have close relations with Shoppa, so we're able to make that introduction very easily.
And for the second question about VapeBox, so we did kind of think that on one hand we don't want to be promoting vaping, on the other hand though 90 billion tonnes of waste were created from single-use vaping in the last year alone, so it's not really a problem that we think will go away soon. But what we have found that if we allow users to track how many vapes they're using on the app and provide them with resources on the disadvantages of vaping for the health disadvantages, that people have became a lot more aware of how much they're actually vaping, and then that has had positive effects because they can cut down.
Thank you. 2 questions, both relating to VapeBox. On the first question related to VapeBox is, I wasn't entirely clear what the app rewards offered you. What rewards would I get if I participate in VapeBox, and to what end? Does it help me buy more vapes? I wasn't clear. The second question, Trinity alumnus Oisin Smith today, a Dunleary Green Party politician, is actually talking about trying to completely eradicate single-use plastic vapes because of the lithium battery content. Have you considered the possible impact of some legislative changes on this project?
Yes, so for the first question, we are going to do a points-based system on the account, and they can then be redeemed either, say 5 points could be redeemed as 15% off of a coffee, or it can be put towards a charitable donation. In terms of Simon Smith and the Green Party, we have actually been in contact with him and other Green Party representatives about this problem, and they seem to think in the meantime, while they're still being used, that it was a good alternative. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I ask you a question about Super? I'm just interested in the production facilities that you use and the cost of those production facilities, particularly in the context of potentially scaling up, and is that cost factored into the 50 cent per unit?
Right, so at the moment we're registered as a domestic food business with the HSE, but we plan to move out to an industrial kitchen on site, which is at the same site as the cheese factory. The equipment is there already, there's a small bit of renovation to do, and then we have to double check with the HSE that it's up to their guidelines. In terms of scalability, the factory has 40,000 litres of whey every week. If we were using all of that whey, we'd be one of the biggest soup players in the market. By that stage, I'm sure lots of other farmhouse cheese factories would want to partner with us to save costs. The current cheese factory that we're working with, Daly, have to pay €600 to dispose of their whey properly every week. So they would be more than happy to cut down their costs and partner with us.
Great job on the presentation, guys. I loved it. I have two questions. One general question about your funding. So, congratulations on the €20.6 funding. How are you planning to use that money, and are you planning to raise more money? And the second question is specifically about the one-stop food shop. And I've seen players like Gourmet Fuel and HelloFresh, which do similar job that you do. So do you see them as competitors in that space, or how would Supermarket and Shopper go with you and not with them?
I might take the one-stop food shop question first. So there are a few competitors in this space, but where we see ourselves differentiating ourselves is not having a membership or subscription fee, and that's a real barrier to entry to students, I mean particularly disadvantaged students, to use a service like this. And because ours is more of an educational platform rather than getting sent the food like
You're fighting because it's sorry.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the question.